Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Hello. Hi, friends. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I was wondering when that would happen and I would forget to unmute the mic. Okay, so now I have to say hi to everybody again. Hi, Montserrat. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Funchella, Sharon, Michelle, Roman, Mags, Jenny, Aline, Kelly. I was scrolling up to see names and that's why I couldn't see that y'all couldn't hear me. That's so silly. Hi, friends. Hi, Erin. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I can't wait to watch that back. It felt like a work meeting. Can anybody hear me? Can you guys hear me? I can't find my mute button. Hi, Monique. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Panda. Hi, Harry Potter. Welcome back. Mags. Hello, friends. I feel like I have to go back. I have to go back and say hi again. Oh my gosh. Hi, Kathleen. Oh, thank you, Lean. Thank you. Thank you. Hair is out. Thank you. Hi, friends. Oh gosh, that's so funny. Golly, how long was I saying hi to everybody? Like 2 whole minutes? I was just muted. That's so funny. Gosh, I love lives. I love lives. I told y'all that I'm an actor and I do theater. I haven't done theater in a long time and I miss theater. And the technical difficulties aspect of like the shows every night was always the most That was always the most fun. So it like when I have technical difficulties with the lives, I just like try to think back to like my productions where like we had to start 15 minutes late because the lights wouldn't turn on and like stuff like that. So this will be something I will be laughing about for the rest of the day. Hi Nova, how are you doing? Hi Riri. Hello friends. Okay, we're here. Sound is on. We're doing another square today. Are we excited? You do youth theater? That is so awesome. What's your favorite production? Right, the show must go on. The show must go on. We're gonna have to start opening with a mic check, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Hello, hello. Me. She sells seashells by the seashore. Guys, do any of you also have a moody gamer fork? That's so funny. No, I have one as well. It's my husband though, not my boyfriend. Violin, thank you so much for stopping in. My high school had a huge theater department. Oh, that's nice. That's fun. They did about 6 productions a year. We did 4. I think we did 4 productions a year. And I think that was even before we actually had our theater. Like my high school was being built as I was in it. So like we had our theater productions in the wildest of places until our theater was built. Our theater was, I think, the last thing to be built at our high school. And I finally got it my senior year. And before that, we would have it in just a myriad of places around my school. And the technical issues we would have. You would think that I would be used to it at this point, but now it's like I get a tech issue and I'm like, oh. So, oh my gosh, I can't believe I wasn't unmuted. That's so funny. Okay. You're doing Little Shop of Horrors? Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so much fun. I hope you have so much fun. Lanyard on your hook and Malta in your cup. I will replay and do today's square. Sounds good. I can't act, LOL, or sing or dance, but I can crochet. That's good, Sharon. How are you, Gladys? Okay. All right, friends. Cool. Let's hop in. Should we hop into it? I'm thinking so. Hi, hello. My name is Sammy. This is the New Year, New Blanket Crochet Along, brought to you by Yarn Over Hook. Yarn Over Hook is a free social media for crocheters to create, learn, and connect with other crocheters from around the world. You can join for free at yarnoverhook.com. We would love to have you. We would love to see what you are making. If you are already a member, hi, hello, welcome. Thank you very much. Those of you who have, where are we with our squares for the blanket? Let me know. Where are we? Let me show the square we're doing today. We're doing this beauty today, the block stitch. The block stitch is a fun one because I feel like, girl, calm down. We're like creaking like, I'm gonna give you some WD-40, my gosh. So the block stitch. This one is so fun because I feel like with the way it looks more complicated than it actually is. It's a very easy stitch. Great for blankets. Looks awesome in a solid color. So if you wanted something that would bust your stash, if you had like 3 skeins of something, this is a good one. This is a really good one. You're doing Shrek at your theater, Shrek Jr. at your theater outside of school. That's so fun, Harry Potter kid. I love that. That is so much fun. I hope you have so much fun. I miss theater so much. My husband was on the tech side of theater when he was in school. And just like when he lived back home, they had a really nice little like outdoor amphitheater. And they would do Shakespeare in the summer and he would do tech. And so we always like reminisce about like doing theater growing up. And I did theater when I was living in Chicago. I did so much theater while I was in Chicago. It was so great. I miss theater. So much. Monique, you need one more granny. Kathleen, you're caught up and ready. Jenny, all granny squares done and all done with the stitch square so far. Now for the block stitch. Yay! Michelle, you're working on the New Year, New Blanket, drinking a smoothie, water, and tea. I have coffee and water with me, and I'll be working on the New Year, New Blanket. The block stitches come out so pretty, don't they? I love it. I love the block stitch. Peggy, you have 6 grannies and all 4 squares. Yay! Hi, Brianna. I have 5 of my grannies done and caught up with my squares. I just need to like cut some ends that aren't woven in, weave in the ends of my grannies, and I'll be good. I'll be all set. Okay, so today we're gonna be doing the block stitch. So go ahead and grab the pattern if you would like to follow along on the written pattern that is linked and saved up there. And grab your 5mm hook and color A and whatever you signed to D. So when we did the moss stitch, it's going to be your 3rd color. Whatever you put as your 3rd color on your moss stitch, that should be D. So grab that. Brianna, you have Tazo Joy, and on your hook, back of your V-Day sweater. How's it going? How'd the heart turn out? Don't look at my tails. They're supposed to be there. Jenny. So this one, friends. So like I said, I should have left my tails so y'all could see. Like I said, this one, you will be fastening off after every single row. You're gonna fasten off after every single row. So that is going to give you a lot of tails. My husband and I caught up. Do we have 2 episodes left and then we're finally done? Yeah, I think we have 2 episodes left. But we watched about 6 episodes of My Hero last night so we can finish the series. And I wove in my ends as we were watching. I can understand a bit of the Japanese. It's shown in Japanese, so it's pretty difficult. So it was nice I got some like language practice and some listening practice while doing that. So put on your favorite show, put on an audiobook. I wouldn't recommend the news. A movie, your favorite movie. Anything that will distract you as you're weaving in these ends. Okay, this is the only square. This is the only square that has this many ends. Everything else, I made it so that we don't have a ton of ends to weave it. So now that we're done, I don't want to complain about this too much because this square is so much fun. It is so much fun. It's just those ends, but don't. Those ends. All right. That's such a pretty one. Love that blue. Thank you, Kelly. I love it. Gladys, I'm so behind. I have 2 grannies and 1 square, but I will get there. You'll get there. You'll get there. The heart is cute. Still need to add the trim. I'm waiting till the end to see what scraps I have after all the yarn surgeries. Ah, okay. When I donate this blanket, someone's going to wonder why there's a random square with fringe. That's hilarious. I mean, it's going to add some fun texture. That is so funny, Michelle. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay, so grab your color A, and color D. 5mm hook. Look at this. Oof, beautiful. Love it. Love this combo. Darning needle, stitch markers, scissors, because we're gonna have to cut. Fringe, it is now a sensory blanket. So funny. That is so funny. That is hilarious, Michelle. That is hilarious. Because I don't blame you. Don't blame you. My grandson has RSV and my daughter's full of nasty cold too. Harry Potter kid. Oh my gosh. I know, it's this weather. The weather going up and down, and like now we're like freezing. So stay safe, friends. I know there's a lot of you guys that are in the like zone of the inclement weather that's coming through. So please stay safe, friends. Please stay safe. Stay indoors. Stay indoors. Okay. Let's get started, shall we? Let me get my pattern up so I don't make any mistakes. I'm just here to hang out and work on your Relaxagon shirt. How's it going, Nova? Friends who are, well, everybody, what's in your cup, what's on your hook, if you haven't already said. Okay, give you guys a little bit more of a chance to grab your supplies. Announcements, new videos out this morning. Give it a like, give it a hype, give it a comment if you'd like. It's all about Joyful Projects 2026. So make sure that you check that out. New episode of Exploration Crochet podcast came out on Thursday. Make sure you give that a listen. It's really, really awesome. Make sure you give that one a listen. Next week, scheduled lives, regular scheduled programs for next week. And before I forget, so I don't forget the end of the live, the next square is going to be cluster V. Not this one. Where are you? There you are. This one. Cluster V. You'll need color B. Color C. Color B. Yeah. We'll talk about that one. I'm going to keep this over here so I don't forget. I can't believe I forgot in the last live to say what was next. Okay, everybody ready? You love today's video? Yay! Bria, you're so funny. I'm working on a mustard scarf using Lion Brown Pound of Love and color Cherry. That sounds really nice. You know it's cold out when you get brain freeze breathing. Yes. Yarn Life, how are you? Sharon, thank you. Gloria, how are you? Sarah, water in your cup, sweater on your hook. Very nice. Tina, you have water and your new blanket. Yes, Mina, like you this flu season. Kids and hubby are sick. I'll probably be last. No. Oh, thank you, Sarah. It's from Kiki's Delivery Service. It's Kiki's Delivery Service. It's Gigi. It's not supposed to get out of the 30s here all week and might drop into the single digits, and I'm in the southeast. That is wild. That's wild. Aw, get better, Harry Potter. Vivian, how are you? Trying to stay warm? Oh gosh. Friends, stay cool. It's 80 there, and it was like upper 70s here. Roman in your cup, ginger ale, hook in hand, pointing at screen to make sure all ends get weaved. Cup, ice cup. Hook, my daughter's blanket. How's it going, Kelly? How close are you to being done? It got up to a balmy 15 degrees. I just wish I could bring all of you guys here. And we could just have a big house where we just crochet and have fun and stay warm and no snow. I wish. Alrighty, friends. Are we ready to do this square? So a couple of things before we begin. So the gauge for this one. Let me show you guys the gauge. How to measure the gauge for this one. I pick everyone up in robust. Exactly, Michelle. You pick everybody up and you bring them here. And you bring them here. Okay. Alrighty. I think we're good. Hello, everybody. Manny Cam. I think we're okay. Again, let me know if there's any tech issues, if it's blurry, if it gets glitchy, so I can fix it for y'all. I tested it and it should be good. We should be so far so good. So far so good? So far so good? Yeah, that's the phrase. I don't know why that didn't sound right when it came out of my mouth. Okay, so here's the block square. Thank you so much, Kelly. Here's the block stitch. So for gauge, it's 14 stitches. The 3 double crochet cluster counts as 1 stitch and then the single crochet. So you're gonna measure in the middle of your project. I'm gonna go from like the edge of this single crochet here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, did I count that right? 14 stitches, there we go. Wait, how did I count this? There we go, there we go. Did I count that right? Hold on, I think I copied something wrong. 1 second, friends. I think I'm counting something wrong. Let me be sure. Oh, I think I made a mistake. I wrote that wrong. What did I write? Strange. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. The joys of live. Yeah, I must have made a typo. It did. Let me catch that. So let me write the gauge in here. So 4 inches by 4 inches. Those 10 stitches by 11 rows. Okay, I think I just mistyped that. It did. Okay. This is the gauge, 4 by 4. You switch back. So 4 inches is 10 stitches, counting the clusters as a stitch. So you can measure up here. That is very useful. So then you're on the side of this single crochet here. And you count this single crochet, and then the cluster is 1. Single crochet cluster, single crochet cluster, single crochet cluster, single crochet cluster. So you're on the outside of this single crochet here. And you should have 5 clusters and 5 single crochets, so 10 total stitches. Hi, Nitty Ann. Gosh, you don't want a typo in the gauge, my goodness. Thank you, Panda. Thank you, Panda. Oh, that's a good idea, Kathleen. That's a good idea. Okay, so that is the gauge there. And then for 4 rows, or for rows, you have 11. So I like to put this at the top of this cluster here. And again, you're counting those white rows as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is ending like right at the bottom of this. And 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So you're counting the single crochets as a row. Those count as a row. And then when you're measuring this way, the clusters count as 1 stitch and single crochet 1 stitch. Alrighty. Okay. Do you have suggestions for making your stitches wider without adding height? Wider without adding height. It depends on how you pull the yarn. From what I've seen, it'll make your stitches taller. So if you're crocheting and you pull that final stitch up like this, that can make them taller. If you focus on pulling this way, that can keep them short. I've tested it out and it's very nominal, but it does work. So you can try that out, Mags. Alrighty, so you're going to need color A and color D. This starting chain is a multiple of 3 plus 1. So for the small, you're going to start with 22. For the medium, you're going to start with 37. And for the large, you're going to start with 43. Okay, you're going to single or chain that many. Let's start with a chain there. Of course, Mags. Is there a square that is giving you trouble with regard to gauge? All right. So we're going to start with color A on our hook. And you're going to chain however many chains you need for the size square that you need. So for a small, you need 22. Medium, you need 37. Large, you need 43. So I am going to chain 12. Plus 1. Just for our example here. This is a very simple 2-row repeat. You do have a right side and a wrong side. Right now we are working on the wrong side. I threw gauge out the window, not the boss of me. All of them, I'll keep trying. Oh no! Is it rows? Is it too small or too big? Hi, Miss Patty, how are you? Your first time being on board here. How are you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Alrighty, and then from here, we are going to single crochet in the second chain from our hook. So not this first chain here, but this second chain here. We'll insert our hook, yarn over, and pull through. Yarn over, pull through both of those loops on your hook. And then in the next chain, we're going to do another single crochet. So you have 2 single crochet on your chain. You guys are awesome. Too big height-wise, too small width-wise. I can get the width close, but I have to do fewer rows. Fewer rows. You mean you can get the height close, but you need to do fewer rows? Too big and then too small. Wow. Have you gone down a hook size? And then crocheted a little looser in your tension? So we have 2 single crochets here. We're going to chain 2, skip the next 2 chains, and single crochet into the following. And we're just going to do that all the way to the end. So we'll skip 2, chain 2, skip, and then single crochet into that third chain. Chain 2, skip 2, single crochet into that next chain. Then you should have 1 chain left, and you'll single crochet into that. So you end up with something like this. You should have 2 single crochet at the beginning, 2 single crochet at the end, and then some chain 2 single crochets in the middle. Have a water break. Unclaw your hands, unshrimp your pasta. I'm using a 4mm. The height is way too tall, so I've been compensating by doing fewer rows, making it work, but I'd like to figure out how to follow the pattern and make it work. Just keep trying though. I'll figure it out, or keep doing it till I get the right size. Haha. Okay, so I would see how you're pulling. So like, I'll show you here doing this single crochet. So when you insert your hook and you do your single crochet, one, are you pulling like this and then pulling up? Because you can see this single crochet is taller than this single crochet. So if you're loosening that way and pulling up as you crochet, that will make it taller. You insert your hook, pull this way, and then even if you don't pull doing that, if you pull up, that can still make it tall as well. So that you see this single crochet is now taller than this single crochet. So I would see how you're pulling the yarn. Because the size of the hook, I feel like it changes the size of the stitch overall. But if you have both too small and too big, then I would think that it's your pulling. So your stitches are too small because I think your hook is too small. Or your stitches are too high because I think you're pulling your stitch. You're stretching it, I should say. You're stretching the stitch. Does that make sense? So I would pay attention to how you are ending your stitches. So try to pull to the side, and that might help. Of course. Alrighty. So from here, we're going to add our D color. So whatever color you assign to D. So that is the third stitch, the third color in your moss stitch. Okay. So we're going to add this one on like we have been adding on our colors, like for everything. So we'll just put that on the hook here and pull it through that loop. Tighten color A. So here you would cut off color A. What I like to do is wait until after I do my second row so that I'm sure that I did this row correctly before cutting. So even as you go up, don't cut your yarn yet if you're like not prone to making mistakes, but like if you want to be sure that you didn't make a mistake, because once you cut it, that's it. That's the strand of yarn for that row. So I would go on to your next row, make sure that that comes out right, and then go back and cut this one. Cut off color A. And then so on and so forth. When you switch to color A, leave color D until you're sure color A, like until you're sure the stitches is correct, like the stitches are correct, then cut D. So just try not to cut prematurely. If have too few stitches, is it bigger or smaller hook needed? You have too few stitches in your gauge, then you need a smaller hook because you need more stitches in the space. If it's too many stitches, then you need a bigger hook. So too few, smaller hook. Okay, so here, we're just going to turn. So no chain, just turn. No chain turn for color D. And in this first single crochet, we're going to do a stacked single crochet. So we'll insert our hook into that first stitch, yarn over, and pull through. Yarn over, pull through both loops on our hook. Then we'll insert our hook back into this leg here for our second single crochet. You'll insert your hook back in here. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. And then we're going to skip this next single crochet here and we'll do 3 double crochet around this chain 2 from the previous row. So we'll yarn over, insert your hook into that space, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops, yarn over and pull through those remaining 2 loops on your hook. And you'll do that 2 more times. Then we're going to skip this next single crochet and do the same thing around the following chain 2. 3 double crochet in this space here around the chain 2 from the previous row. Then it's looking like this. And I'll do the same thing in this space here. Three double crochets, that's 2 and 3. Then we are going to skip. Isn't it nice, Jenny? Then we're going to skip this next single crochet and do a double crochet in the final single crochet from that previous row. Then you end up with something like that. Isn't it? It's so clean. It's so nice. It's so nice. And we did something similar. We did like a mini block, like a mini, I think it was like a mini block stitch. We did from the Granny Square deck. Was it this one? Yeah, I think so. I think these were these single crochets or double crochets? Oh, these were single crochets. But it was like similar to this. No. It was a different square. It was a different square. And it was like mini block. Ah, it was this one. Oh, I don't know if I can get to it. It was our rectangle. Let's see if I can get to it. Oh, that was loud. Okay, so it was this one, this square. So that one was a mini block. It was like interlocking mini block or something like that. Oh, yeah, that was loud. Sorry, guys. Sometimes that platform really sticks. Okay, so from here, now I would cut color A. Now we're done. Now we're done with it. So now we can go ahead and cut. I know I have so many on here. I didn't realize how many we've had on there. I did not realize that. Okay, so now we're gonna cut color A. We'll keep our wee scissors over here. And we'll just add it on, just like we did the blue. Just had a mini panic because you thought you lost your hook. Oh no. We'll add on our color here and pull through. Tighten color D. Leave a nice tail there for weaving in. Make it a little longer. There we go. And for this one, we will chain 1 and then turn. This square is like Granny Square and Moss Stitch had a baby. Oh my gosh, it is! That's so funny. It totally is. So we have our chain 1 here. Then in this first double crochet here, so the double crochet that we ended with on the previous row, we're going to put a single crochet. And then in this space here, between the double crochet and our first cluster, this first cluster here, we're going to put another single crochet, another single crochet. Okay. It's kind of going to go around the stitches, but that's perfectly fine. It just needs to be in this space here. So look like that. So into the space between the double crochet and this 3 double crochet cluster here. Then we're going to chain 2. Absolutely. This is the right side, so show the right side. That's not blurry, is it? I'm gonna be sure it's not blurry. And then in this space between the 3 double crochet clusters that we have here, this space here, we'll do a single crochet. And we're just going to do that again. Chain 2, single crochet in the space between the clusters, chain 2, skipping the cluster, we're going to do a single crochet here in between our last double crochet and this cluster. And then we're going to do a single crochet in the top of this stitch here. This was our stacked single crochet, counts as a double crochet. So we're going to go in the top of that double crochet for our last stitch. We'll single crochet. So it's just like the first row. Just like the first row. You'll start and end with 2 single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And it'll work up just like this. And we're pretty confident that we did that count right. So now I'll go ahead and cut color D so that we can work on it for our next row. I'll go ahead and add this color on, pull through, tighten color A. And remember, there's no chain here, no turning chain for color D. And we'll turn back to the right side. So the right side and the wrong side for this stitch. This is the wrong side, and it's because you can kind of see like the wrong side of the double crochet. You see like the wrong side of a double crochet looks a little like naughty. Looks a little naughty. Okay, so that's how you can tell it's the wrong side. This is the wrong side. This is the right side. Whatever side you are working your clusters, that's the right side. So that's that like really pretty look of the double crochet. So that's your right side. So there's a right side and a wrong side to this square. So make sure that you're paying attention to that. So now working on the right side of this square. Tighten our yarn, our color change there. We're going to start with our stacked single crochet in that first stitch, which counts as a double crochet. Tighten that. We'll skip this next single crochet and do our 3 double crochet around the chain 2. Just like that. And then we'll do 3 double crochet around the next chain 2 space, skipping the single crochet here. Did you add, this is so pretty. I'm glad you can replay these lives. I'll have to give this square a go sometime. Absolutely. It's a fun one. Really, really fun one. And there's a pattern called the cloud blanket that I've been wanting to make for a really long time that uses plush yarn in this stitch. And the big clusters are like a cloud colors, like a creamy kind of white color. Not cloud color, but like a soft kind of like cozy color. So it's like a creamy white color. And then this row is made with like colors, different colors. You can do like a variegated yarn. You could change colors for each row. And it's just so pretty. Look up cloud crochet blanket. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. That's what turned me on to this stitch. I highly recommend it. All right, and then around this chain too, same thing. 3 double crochet. And we've reached the end. We're gonna skip this first single crochet here and do a double crochet in that last single crochet. And then that's what we have. That should be what we have there. I love this one so much. I just don't like the ends, but I love this one so much. This one's just so fun and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I may never do it again. It's very pretty. No, I'll do it again. Oh, it's just so pretty. It's so fun. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. I'm gonna figure out a way to not have so many ends. I am. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. So that is where we should be. Are there any questions on this stitch? You're just going to repeat row 3 and 4 or row 1 and 2, however many times you need, ending with an odd row, with a wrong side row. You want to end with this single crochet row. So for the small square, you're going to want to do 15. For the medium, you want to do 27. And for the large, you want to do 33. I'll give you guys a chance to do some of these stitches, and then I'll go into how to end this stitch. And so, like, what do we do at the end? We're weaving them in. We're weaving them in. We've got to weave them in. And I'll show you guys how I weave in my ends. Give them some love. Save them, Roman. Oh, with the ends that you cut? Which ends? The ends connected to the pattern or the ends when you're done? Like when you've cut them off? Weave them in and then you save those tails. Yeah, this one is fun. This one is a fun one for sure. This one, I couldn't not put it in. I could not put it in. It's a really, really fun stitch. Now I'm worried about both types. Go ahead and make that adjustment. So again, for the gauge, it's 10 stitches, 11 rows. Ten stitches, 11 rows. 4 inches or 10 centimeters. It's unbelievable. Your blanket calling to me. What song is that? song is that? Oh no, I feel like I'm failing a test. Nydia's like, I don't know. She's like, I have no idea. I have no idea. Does anyone get the reference? Does anyone? Help Michelle out. Help Michelle out. Are there any questions on this stitch? Any questions at all? Let me grab the guide that I reference for gauge. Brianna K. There we go. Brianna K. swatch. I either got the reference or made my own. There is a crochet blanket in Stranger Things. I've heard people call that out. Okay, so let me share this with you guys. I'm always sharing this page. This has helped me a lot with gauge. A lot. I don't know. Oh. Okay. Let me put this in there. Do you know what ad I've been getting a lot lately, which has been like really frustrating? I don't know if you guys have gotten this ad. It is an ad for an AI app that you can scan whatever you want and it'll create a crochet pattern for you. And the whole ad is AI as well. It's an AI cat that the AI hand with the AI phone takes an AI picture of, and it creates an AI pattern for the AI app. And it is so frustrating. I keep getting that ad, and it is so frustrating because it looks awful. It looks awful. Oh, goodness gracious. I need to figure out how to stop getting that one. I'm going to be working on, I think this is my sixth granny square. I think it's my sixth granny square. I want to talk more about gauge. Me. Just say no to AI. I know. Oh, you've gotten that ad too, Kathleen? AI is an instant no regardless, if that sounds especially terrible. It's awful. Yeah, I heard about that. I'm not 100% on AI. Yeah. Like it's awful. It is so awful. And the ad is just awful. Okay. Yeah, I've definitely seen that reference, Harry Potter kid. It's so cool how much crochet shows up in TV shows. Okay. Let me see, what does she say about like height? she doesn't. So what Jane Crowfoot says with regard to gauge is if you can't meet both, pick one that is most important to you. Is it the width or the height? So Mags, you taking off rows and making sure that your stitch count is correct, I think is the right way to go. I think that's the right way to go. And you just make an adjustment from there. I wouldn't worry so much, at least with this project, I wouldn't worry so much about getting your row count correct as long as your size is correct, like the size of your square, and you get your magic number for the edge stitches around the edge. So as long as you can get that and you can get the size right, I would just make sure that you get the stitch down. Does that make sense? Because I did like that tip about gauge, to just pick one. If you can't nail both, just pick one. And I feel like I would always pick stitch and then just take off rows. I feel like that's the easiest one to kind of like finagle. I feel like doing it the other way around, trying like you're hitting rows, like to not have the stitch and then to hit rows, that one I feel like isn't as adjustable. Like at least with rows, you can adjust how many rows you do and then you can get the right size. But like you'd have to then take out stitches and make sure that your math is still right, so that the width is right, like stuff like that, you know? Hi, Papa's Playstar, how are you? The voice in the ad even sounds AI. I think it is. Kathleen, I think it is. I hate that ad so much. My gauge has been off, but all my squares are close enough in size. But about 0.25, 0.5 inch variation, I can block that out. And like I said, as long as you're hitting your magic number with the edge and you're able to block or get your squares the exact same size, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Just keep track of your yarn. But if you're doing fewer rows, you should be okay. Just keeping track of your yarn usage. When you don't meet gauge, you definitely want to keep track of your yarn usage because you might run out of yarn if your gauge is too small, because you'll be using up more yarn in order to get to the size. So with you taking off rows, you shouldn't have that. You shouldn't have that problem, Mags. I forgot what I'm doing. Yeah, I have more than enough yarn for all of my colors, about 3 times. Oh, good. I'm gonna keep working on this granny square. So those of you who are kind of in like, who are in the inclement weather area, did you guys go yarn shopping so you can stay in crochet? I saw so many stories of people who were like, I went out and I got yarn for so many projects just in case we're stuck in our house for the next few days. And they're just planning on crocheting, just crocheting for the next few days, staying nice and warm inside. Is top in the summer. How do you mean, Harry Potter kid? I'd love to see your guys' progress on Yarn Over Hook if you guys want to post a picture. I want to see your block square combos. I'd love to have gotten more yarn, but do I need more yarn? Brianna, do you think I could use a fuzzy yarn to trim the heart? It's 12 stitches wide. To rim the heart, you mean? I think so. I think that'd be really cute. Like for the trim of the heart. I think that would be super, super cute. What I would do, I would sew a single crochet around the edge to clean it up and then sew in the fuzzy yarn. Then sew in the fuzzy yarn. That's what I would do. I wouldn't crochet with the fuzzy yarn to clean up that edge. I would do single crochet to clean up that edge and then sew in the fuzzy yarn. Because I feel like you can't really rely on a textured yarn to clean up an edge. Oh, water break, unclaw your hands, unshrimp your pasta. By the way, I love the freebie Friday from Teal Yarn Crafts this week. That's def on my must make list. Anyway, so yay. Yeah, the waffle blanket, Nidhi ad. Are you talking about that waffle stitch blanket? Of course, Brianna. You could even clean it up with slip stitches if you wanted, because a single crochet would make the heart a little bit smaller. So if you wanted to clean it up with slip stitches, that will keep it about the size that it is. And then again, just sew in the textured, the fuzzy yarn. Like I would just do like just a whip stitch around the slip stitches. Do them kind of close together so that it fills it out. Yeah, that waffle blanket looks so cozy. Did you grab it too, Brianna? Yeah, I feel like I'd want to use exactly that yarn too. I really like the colors. I'd probably pick because I could make one for our room or for our living room. Pick colors from our living room. Our living room colors are like teal, mustard, slate gray, and cream with like darker wood tones. And our bedroom is, like I said, are lighter wood tones, soft pinks, yellows, and greens. I feel like it would look really nice in our living room. Slip stitch trim and sew in fuzzy yarn. Yeah, try that out. Try that out. Oh, she has a waffle stitch blanket pattern. I loved the one I made last year, although the yarn may have influenced my thoughts on that one. What yarn did you use, Jenny? Sarah, the nicest blanket I've ever made was a waffle stitch and Lion Brand ice cream yarn in cookies and cream. I need to make another one. Ooh, that sounds good. Do you have a picture, Sarah? I want to see. Tony really picks amazing colors for everything. I love the colors that Tony picks. They're so fun. In the pattern, he said to do 33 rows for the large. So we have to add increases on the side, correct? Yes. So on the sides, we'll talk about how to do that. So on the sides in the pattern, I said to spread out the stitches on the sides to get your magic number. So that is because I'll go ahead and let me go ahead and finish this and move on to the side stitches. Yeah, definitely grab the blanket. All right. So for example, and I need to cut. So for example, on the side here, we have double crochets and single crochets. So you're gonna have to spread out the single crochets on the side. You don't necessarily need to add stitches. We're just gonna spread out where we put the single crochet on this. It's very similar to last week's. So let me get this one to where it needs to be so I can show you guys what to do. Okay, so we'll add this color on. So this is the last row. This is the last row of your square. You want to end with a wrong side row. So with a row that has your color A. So we'll do exactly what we did. So single crochet in that first stitch, single crochet in that gap space between the double crochet and the double crochet cluster. Chain 2, single crochet in between the clusters. So doing this just like the previous one. So just like that. Same exact idea. So from here, you want to go ahead and cut your yarn. So like this is your last row. This is the final row that you've done. You want to keep A close because that is what we're going to do our trim and our edge around. I'm going to go ahead and fasten this off. That off. So this is what your ending square would look like. Of course, it's going to be a bit bigger than this, but this is what your ending square is going to look like. Alrighty. Then you'll weave in your ends and then we'll do the edge. I'll show you guys first how I weave in the edge and then we'll go onto the sides. And I'll show you guys how to do the sides of the squares so that you can spread out your single crochet and where to place your single crochet around this square. So when you have your tails like this, you want to work on the wrong side of your square. So make sure that you see the back sides of that double crochet. You want to work on the wrong side of your square for weaving in your ends. I'll show you guys the wrong side of my square. So this is the wrong side of my square. You can see where I wove in the white, especially through the blue. So that's why I say to work on the wrong side when you're weaving in your ends, so that if you want to work underneath these cluster stitches, which I recommend because that's like the best kind of chunk of stitches, then you don't have to see that on the right side. The right side stays nice and clean and you don't see those where you wove in those ends. So that's why I recommend working on the wrong side. So what I like to do is I'm going to leave these ones because I can crochet over them when I do my trim. I can put it, you can go ahead and weave under these single crochet here and then like poke it up if you'd like, but you can work over these ones as well as the bottom ones when you do your trim. So it's up to you. Weave those in, you cannot. I'm going to go ahead and put them underneath these 2 single crochet first and then poke it up so that I can then crochet over it with my trim. I am going to show you how to weave in the ends. So I like to go underneath these first 2 single crochet and then I'll just go up into that chain. And I'm just going to leave that there because I'm going to go over it with the trim. But that kind of gives it a nice little start going under there. I like to work down one side first, and then I'll turn and work down the other side. Put on your favorite shows, your favorite movie, and something happy, something cheerful, maybe something that you can get frustrated at. That was me with My Hero last night. So you're not thinking about your ends. And then for this one, for this blue one, so this goes underneath this cluster here. I like to pull it all the way through, down this double crochet underneath the cluster, and whip it back around. And then that's it. That's what I like to do for that one. So I'll take it, go underneath these 2 single crochet, down into that double crochet. You can see my needle there. Go down into that first double crochet, and then underneath that cluster, so that I end up here. So like my track is kind of like just like that. I want to be sure that this does not come out. And then I'm out on the other side of that cluster. And then I'll just go back to kind of just wrap around there. Just like that. And then for this white row here, I take this and I go up underneath these 2 stitches and into that cluster as well and whip it back. Kind of just the same deal. Yeah, I've been messing with her about weaving in the ends all week. Today is my Super Bowl. You were waiting for this. Y'all love giving me grief about weaving in ends. Hi, ukulele girl. Odd question. One of your older mood tracker vids from last year popped up on my For You page. I'm wondering how you choose what mood to count the day as. I went, not an odd question, but it's actually a question I got a lot. So I just picked the mood that kind of like overall, like an overall mood for the day. So like my mood can be kind of up and down, and I'll even pick the median. So some of my fine days is more like the median of the day. It was just meh. It was just a day. So then I picked fine. That's why I always have a fine for my mood tracking. Because then it's just like, yeah, today was just a day. Just a day. And I'll pick fine for that. Yeah, I got that question a lot, so that's not an odd question. Okay, so here I'll go underneath these stitches, these single crochet stitches here, and then up and into the double crochet stitches, like underneath here, same as the blue. So that's where I go for my white one. I can't believe I started the live with muted. Okay, that is that there. Pull it through. And then I go back. And I go back through the blue, kind of underneath those stitches and just out the side. And I just repeat that all the way down. And that's it. We're weaving in the end there. I've been logging general stuff, so I could start one this year, but I don't know. Try it out. And if you don't like it, frog it. It's a commitment though. It's definitely a commitment. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and frog some of my side here. So I can show you how I just distributed these single crochet along the side. So very, very similar to last week. Cut this little thing of yarn. Don't know about a mood tracker, but that whole roll with it sounds like fun. Oh, it's been so fun. I'm actually really hoping I can finish it tonight because I want to work on my doodad. I was hoping I can get to my doodad this weekend, and it's just been a really busy weekend. And it's like barely started. All right, so I'm doing the medium square. So I need 32 stitches on this side. So what I'm going to do, because I have double crochet stitches, I can't just put one single crochet, it's going to scrunch up the square. So to evenly distribute them across the sides, I'm going to count my double crochet. I have 13 double crochet. Multiply that times 2 because I'm going to put 2 single crochet in each of those. That leaves me 26 stitches. I need 32, which means I need 6 more. So I'm going to add one here because I need one at the beginning and I need one at the end for turning purposes. So that's 1 and 2. So now I need to place 4 more single crochet. So what I'm going to do is pick which single crochet row I'm going to add a single crochet on. So I'll add one. Let's get our stitch markers. So I'll add one here. And I'll add one here. Let's do orange. I'll add one here. And I'll add one here. I'll put it over here. Put it over just a little bit. Okay. So now I have 6 plus the 26 for single crochets around these double crochet. Okay, so that is how I'm planning out how to evenly spread it. So what am I going to do with these rows that don't have stitch markers? I'm just going to either ignore them or put them in a decrease with a stitch so that I have a stitch in them. So it's exactly like I did last week. So either decrease by decreasing it with a stitch that's in one of the double crochet, or just crochet over it. Just skip it. Just skip it. Monique, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I love the idea of a tracker blanket, but I know myself well enough to know that there's no way I'm going to get to the end of the year with a complete blanket. So if you want a year-long blanket project, do the roll with it. Do the roll with it blanket. Like I seriously cannot. I'm like, I need to just make a banner or something because I feel like that blanket has like changed my life. I feel like that's so dramatic, but like, I'm telling you, that one, let me find it. I will be doing all of my scrap blankets with this method. Like usually I already do corner to corner blankets to get rid of yarn. Like now I have another method that I can do and it involves like a game. You know, I love to gamify. Quentin laughs at me sometimes because he's like, you know, you love your gamification. I love gamification. I got a Peloton for Christmas and I just found the games for it. Like it's like DDR Max on a bike. And it's so much fun. I love the gamification of things. And like to gamify crochet, Tony is a genius. So let me share it with y'all. Hi, Tel. I know I need to get it. I meant to get it yesterday. I'm going to get it after this. After weaving in the ends, I realized I'm 2 rows too short. What on the block? Well, at least it's easy to add. It's easy to add. Oh yeah, 100% a sucker for the gamification of stuff. Yeah. Hi, Callie. How's it been going? You are flying through these projects. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into this. So I know I'm going to put a single crochet here because I put that into my count. I need a single crochet at the beginning and the end for the turning. You don't want to skip that one. So I'm going to put a single crochet on that row, the same row that I just put my single crochet. And then I'm going to put 2 single crochet around that first double crochet. Again, remember, do not do your edge too tight. It's going to cinch your square and it's going to come out the completely wrong size. It's going to be like kind of like ripply. You don't want that. You don't want that. And then for this one, I'm going to include it in the stitch that I'm going to put around my double crochet here, which means I'm going to just do a single crochet 2 together or a decrease. You can also just skip it and do 2 double crochet around that net, or 2 single crochet around that double crochet. So you can just skip it as well. I prefer not to skip it because I don't really want like a gap there. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a decrease. Again, we'll do our decrease nice and loose so it doesn't cinch. So we insert our hook into that row, yarn over and pull through a loop. Insert our hook into the next stitch, so around that double crochet. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Make sure you give it a nice little stretch there. Yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops, making sure not to pull it too tightly. And then go on with the rest of your edge. It looks like that. So there's no gap there. It's very similar to how I did it last week. You could do a roll for a color and a roll for a square pattern. You could. That would be fun. That'd be really fun. I'm like all for gamifying everything now. So there's a stitch marker here. That means I'm going to go ahead and put a single crochet there so that it's part of my final count. And then just go on. You have a double crochet here, so I'll do 2 single crochet around that double crochet. We have another single crochet row here that doesn't have a stitch marker, so I'm just going to do a decrease. So I could do a decrease with this one as well. I know I'm coming up to a single crochet row that I'm going to want to ignore or decrease. So I'm going to go ahead and start my decrease here and end it in that row. That's also an option. And then continue on. So this is why I didn't put a number for the sides for this square, because there's so many ways that you could do it. You could do it with increases, you could do it with decreases, but spreading it out and either ignoring that row or adding it in to another stitch is the best option. Does this one make sense, Monique? I think, Monique, you were the one that asked how to do the sides for the trim. I'm at another stitch marker, so I'll do another single crochet. The biggest thing is just planning ahead. When you like square off a side for a square that you want to do a trim around or border, you just want to plan ahead. You want to plan ahead, use stitch markers, count, do the math to make sure that you end up with the right number of stitches on your sides. I really wanted to incorporate, it seems very tedious. It seems very tedious and is like extra brain power. But I wanted to include this in this blanket as part of like the learning aspect of this blanket, because we talked about doing borders. I've done border videos and all that stuff. And a lot of you asked like, how do you get your square prepped for a border? This is how you do that. Usually you don't do a border around a raw edge. You do a single crochet around your stitch pattern, your blanket, your book cover, your whatever, your granny square, whatever it is. You want to have a nice clean edge to work with. Even with a granny square, I would typically still do a single crochet around the border, unless like around the edge, unless the border is like thick and kind of has its own kind of cleanup in it, then I'll just ignore the single crochet edge around the side. But if you end up with something with an odd number or just an odd side, an all raw edge, you want to clean it up with some single crochet or even some slip stitches around the edge. And this is that process. So that is why I wanted to incorporate that into making this blanket. Good, Monique. I'm glad that answered your question. I'm going to go ahead and continue this side, and then we'll do a yarn over hook check. So I'm at another single crochet row without a stitch marker. So I'm going to go ahead and decrease. Or it's just single crochet 2 together. You can also just count it as that. The single crochet of 2 stitches together. If you want to not call it like a decrease, because sometimes when you call it a decrease, you're thinking like, oh, I'm taking away stitches, because that's what the decrease does. You can also just, it's a single crochet 2 together. I'm single crocheting 2 rows together in order to make it 1, so that my edge and my border ends up with the right number. We have another one. I think I'll go ahead and add that over there. We have a stitch marker here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a single crochet in this row. And then mags, I want these stitches to be loose. So I don't know if you're noticing how I'm pulling and ending my single crochet stitches. Like I just told you, that's going to stretch that stitch. And so by doing that, that helps me to keep it loose. So even I'll show you what it looks like when I'm not just like showing. So I need to do a decrease here. I will intentionally pull it up, because if I do it the regular way that I usually crochet, which is this way, it's going to make the stitch too tight. I already know, and I can already see it. Let me show. I don't know if you can see. You should be able to. See how tight this one is? It's even pulling and I have a gap here. And that's because I crocheted it how I normally crochet, which I have a tighter tension. So in order to make that looser, I intentionally pull up, and it gives me a better stitch there. I'm glad that you see it. So that's something that you could adjust as well. I think, yeah. And the decrease there. It really helps me to keep my stitches loose by doing that. And I'll show you up close. If I were to do it regularly and just like crochet like I regularly do, this single crochet is visibly smaller than this single crochet here. Versus now they look literally exactly the same. So I would pay attention to that, how you're pulling your stitch. And then, noisy out there. And then here we have this last one. I'm going to put my single crochet into that row because I want to have a single crochet at the beginning and the end for my turning chain, like for my turning corner. And then that's what the side looks like. Go ahead and give it a count. Two. And make sure that you have your magic number. Are there any questions? Any questions on this one? This square is so much fun. I love this square. And clean up that stitch just a little bit. I'm really glad that I can work on this with y'all. Especially with regard to like how to clean up different stitches so that you can put them together. So like now if you guys wanted to do a like patchwork blanket with a bunch of different stitches, you know what you need to do. Find the magic number, make sure that all of your stitch squares have the same magic number around the edges, and then seaming them together. I cannot wait to show you guys the seaming. I am so excited to show you guys the seaming. And I'm looking at cases for frills hooks. It was not very fruitful. Have you thought about making a pattern from yours? So the one that I did is a pattern by Rich Textures. I just extended it. Hi, Anna. I just extended it to make it into a folio. What was the math that I did? I can message you, Kelly, the math that I did in order to change it. You want me to do that? Because I don't feel like I changed it enough to like make my own pattern from it. Like it's her pattern. I just like extended it. I just made it bigger. Thank you. I can totally send you the adjustments that I made in order to have 10 hook slots. You want me to do that? Yeah. No, I don't mind at all. I didn't make very like difficult adjustments. So no biggie at all. I will happily send you that. Did we miss a water break? Water break. Unclaw your hands, unshrimp your pasta. Crochet Queen. I'm double checking. The wrong side with color A, all of them have a chain 1 before the first single crochet. There's no chain 1 on color D. Exactly. There's a turning chain for A, no turning chain for D. Very good question, Crochet Queen. Happily make sure that's nice and clear. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because Kelly, the pattern from Rich Textures, so this way, there we go. Her original pattern, and I'll just send it here so everybody has context. Her hook is for the old size. And so I don't have any of those older furls. So I don't know the difference, but her Rich Textures furls hook case. I'm gonna do a yarn over hook check. I can't forget. So hers was made for, what is it, Odyssey? What are those hooks called? I think they're called Odyssey. The old ones are a bit shorter, but not by much. So that's one of the adjustments that I had to make for the flap. I had to make this, I had to crochet more. So I had to make this longer, like, because this is like all one rectangle. So I had to make it bigger and then test the size as I was going. So hers is too short because the new hooks are longer. And then I just made it wider, did the math. And like I did the math for like 11 hooks so that this space existed in the middle, that like I can't put a hook in, that this space existed. So you could do it for 12 or whatever. But yeah, I'll text you. Let me get this for y'all because I want to share it with y'all, especially if you want to make like a hook case. This was such a fun pattern and it was so easy to adjust. So easy to adjust. Thank you. Yeah, of course, Kelly. Absolutely. No worries, Nitty Ad. I think so. Will we? Yes. Oh, absolutely. Michelle, okay, added the rows, now caught up. Yay! Let me know if you need me to go over the border again. So I'll go ahead and let me just show it again. So once you have your final row of the single crochet chain, you'll turn it to your right side, do your single crochets across the top, turn like we normally do, and go down the side, you do the single crochet across the top, turn, go down the side, and we'll turn and go down the bottom. So what I would like to do for the bottom, for the medium square, I have to decrease 4. I'll go ahead and put 4 stitch markers, plan out where I'm going to put my decreases. This is the right side. Put one there. Let's scoot that over. 4. I'll put one here. Put one here. Here. It's kind of like wherever. I feel like these ones are a lot more simple than the sides. And here. Okay. So I did the exact same thing at the top. I put some stitch markers, so I didn't have to think about it. Crocheted some single crochets. As soon as I hit a stitch marker, I just did a decrease. So we have our chain 2 here. Now we're going to turn We're going to put another single crochet into that first stitch. So if you worked in the bumps for your starting chain, oh, I wove an end there, that's why it looks like that, then you'll be able to work underneath the V. What I would suggest, just because this is a pretty this is a pretty stretchy stitch this way, what I would suggest that doesn't stretch too much on your blanket is when you get to those single crochet that are between the block stitch, don't just go into the chain, go into the stitch. So if I insert my hook here, that would just be going into the chain. So it's going to have a bit of a stretch. Instead, go into the middle of that single crochet stitch so that it kind of holds on to it. There's not too much of a stretch there. Go into the middle of the single crochet stitch. So here is the chain. Here's my single crochet. I'm going to insert my hook just like in the middle of that. Doesn't really matter where, just like grab that single crochet stitch so that it doesn't stretch too much. So I'm going to do this here. I'm just going to go just right down the middle of it. And then around the chain 2. Here's my first stitch marker. So that means I'm going to decrease. I'm going to go into the single crochet stitch as opposed to the chain, yarn over, pull through, insert underneath that chain, yarn over, pull through, and do my decrease stitch. And then just keep it moving. The tops and the bottoms are a lot easier on the stitch squares. Add those stitch markers in, and then you just crochet, making sure to keep in mind what you assign those stitch markers for. These ones are assigned for decreases. You wove in your ends so fast, Michelle, I just realized. Did you start the square before the live? And we're at another decrease. I think I'm going to actually incorporate it into this stitch here as opposed to my next stitch. I did 6 this morning. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that I got it up for you. This one. Oh, decrease. This one's a decrease. What is it, Brianna? Oh, Michelle crocheting at 6 in the morning. And then I'm going to actually crochet over these ones. Crochet over these tails just a bit. And then into my last stitch. And before I move on, we'll do a double check to be sure that I have 32 stitches like I need for my magic number for the medium square. Ooh, 32. Actually, you know what? I'm back. I'll stick around for another 30 minutes. Nitty ad. You make me laugh. And we'll be doing the same thing going around the side here. So the exact same thing. I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did on the other side. So I know that I have 13 double crochet rows. These are actually my stacked single crochet, which count as double crochet. So I'm going to go around my stacked single crochet there and then add one to each end. So that's going to give me 28. So I need 4 more. And I'll put four stitch markers across the side here to mark where I'm going to actually put a single crochet in those single crochet rows. The other single crochets, the rows that are unmarked, I'm going to do a single crochet 2 together for those ones. It's 32. Perfect. Now I can go ahead and begin this. So I'll chain 2. And then I'm going to put a single crochet into this first row here so I don't ignore it. There. And go ahead and go around. Next, double crochet. You can go into the double crochet if you want, but for this one, it's already like kind of airy. So I wanted to keep that same kind of feel on the sides. It's up to you. It's up to you and how you want it to look. So I'm here at a single crochet row that doesn't have a stitch marker, which means I'm going to single crochet that together with the single crochet that I'm going to put around this double crochet. And then do another single crochet 2 together. This one is unmarked. This one's unmarked as well. This one is marked, so I'm going to put a single crochet. This one's unmarked, so I'm going to do single crochet 2 together. Unmarked. This one's marked, so I'm going to put a single crochet. This one's unmarked. Unmarked. This one's marked. A single crochet 2 together for this one. There, and then one last one here for that row. Chain 2. and slip stitch into that first single crochet that we did and fasten that off. Before you do, you want to double check to be sure that you have your magic number. I don't think the child who gets the blanket will care about that. Whether you go into the stitch or not for the trim. Perfect. And there's our square. Watching you crochet here, Sammy, has me thinking it's fascinating how we all crochet, but I bet all of us have different styles of how we hold our yarn and hook. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I told you I want to get a tattoo right here, just of a line, because that's where my yarn sits. Where do you guys hold your yarn? How do you hold your yarn, Kelly? I know, like, I think Alexis wraps hers around her pinky and her index. I feel like I see that a lot, especially lately. Wonderful. And perfect. I know, I think it's kind of cute. I kind of want to try that. Ugh, I love this square. Came out so good. I love it. I hold my yarn like Freddy Krueger. Oh, like a what? What? What do you mean? What do you mean? I feel like now, oh my gosh, I didn't do a yarn of hook check. I feel like now we all have to post pictures of how we hold our yarn. Can you guys pause and post pictures? Because I want to see. Nice, Monique, weaving in as you go. Oh my gosh, that looks perfect. Stacked very nicely. Kelly, that looks great. Oh my gosh, that's so cute, Michelle. The little garden in the trailer. Margaret managed to finish my wife's shawl ahead of the winter storm. Oh my gosh, your farm looks so cute. I don't know if that's yours, but that looks so beautiful. This looks so pretty. You have no grace. Oh my gosh. I can only hold the yarn pinched between my first two fingers. Friends, I need pictures. I want pictures. A mini path to the same destination. I know, it's so fun. It is so fun. That's how you hold your yarn. Francella, you wrap it around your pinky and index. Max, I hold mine looped around the middle segment of my ring finger. And then over the top of my index finger across the middle segment. I feel like, okay, so I feel like with you guys describing how you hold it, I have to try it out. Like this? Like this? I was about to go to the manicam. So looped around, oh, looped around your ring finger over the top of your index across the middle segment. Okay, it's like this. Wow. And then you said, Sharon, pinched between your first two fingers. What? like this? Oh, like how I do it? It was something I did that I do not think to tell you. Oh, okay. It's missing. Yeah, I don't see it, Tina. Weird. Oh, okay, cool. I got it. Kelly. I can't wait to see Kelly. I use my middle finger to press against my ring finger to adjust the tension. Oh, okay. And see, like I just hold it like this. And I used to hold it a different way, but I cannot remember how I held it. I could have sworn that I held it like this and was pinching my pinky to my ring finger. I could have sworn that's like this. I'm pretty sure this is how I used to hold my yarn. But for some reason I can't do that anymore. And I think it's because I was using smaller yarn for a really long period of time and I couldn't hold it that way. I couldn't control the tension. So then I changed it, but I don't know how I changed it and I don't know how to go back. Like this happened in the last maybe like 6 months. And I think it was while I was crocheting the pixel sock because I've never used fingering weight yarn before the pixel sock. And I think that that's what changed how I hold my yarn. So now I hold it like this and I pinch here to control the tension. That's where I pinch to control my tension. But I didn't used to. I might have to look at old videos. That's what I should do. I don't know why I didn't look at old videos. I'll have to look at like old lives and videos to see how I was holding my yarn, to see if I can like go back. Because I can't now. I know that this was how I used to hold my yarn. And I didn't notice it until I was trying to teach someone how to crochet and I couldn't hold my yarn. Because I was like, oh yeah, I do it like this. Like I hold it this way. But then I couldn't crochet and I was like, how do I hold my yarn? So strange. The brain is so strange. Further up toward the tops of your first 2 fingers. So here, do you hold it like this, Sharon? Now I'm trying to crochet by starting the round on the side where the thread is. Now I'm trying to crochet by starting the round on the side where the thread is. Oh, to see on this square, on the block square, Monique, I posted how I hold my yarn. I will wrap around my palm if I need to give my fingers a break. Oh, okay, I want to see. Oh, okay, so we're similar. But I don't know how I couldn't wrap around my palm. I wouldn't know what to do. Yeah, I wish that there was a way to do this square, Tina, where you could just carry up the yarn. I think if you alternated colors, you could. You'd have to alternate colors. Yeah, you'd have to alternate colors. I think have at least 3 different colors for each of the colors. No, because they all go the same way. You did that. You did that. And you did that. Yeah, no, because they all go the same way. Ugh. I wish. I wish. My brain doesn't work holding it a different way. I've tried to change it. Interesting, Sharon. So you have strong crochet fingers. I hold mine the same way as Sharon or the same way as me. Brains are wild. I knew how to do a Rubik's Cube for years and would do it pretty much every day. I picked up one day and couldn't remember how to do it anymore. Brains are strange. I squeeze my yarn with my pinky, then over my index finger. So like this. That's how I used to do it. That's how I used to do it. And I don't know, I cannot do it anymore. Let me see. There we go. See? Okay. Almost. Okay. But I have to figure out my tension. I can't hold the yarn. I know I used to crochet like this. I know I did. But I can't control the tension anymore. Kind of miss it. Monique, you would have to work with 2 skeins of each. Well, because it's all going in the same direction. We're going to work this out. It's because it's all going the same direction. So you don't end up with the same yarn on the same side. So if I did that row, okay, that's 1. And I did that row, that's 2. Then I'd have to add another ball. That's 1. Add another ball, that's 2. Yeah, no, there's literally, there's no way. There's no way. You guys can't hear me? Can you hear me? Same as me, Vivian. Okay, cool. Granted, I lied. LOL. Just took a pic of how I hold my yarn because my brain betrayed me. I was wondering why you took away the message. Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Refresh your feed, Nitty. Oh, you can't hear me. Cheers. Water break. Unclaw your hands. Unshrimp your pasta. Brianna. Oh, okay. We hold it the same way. I'm gonna go ahead and weave in these ends and finish this off. This square that I did, I wove in the ends while playing Civ with my husband and our friends. While I was waiting for like turns to end, I just like sat here and wove in those ends. Because for the large square, it's a lot of ends. It's a lot of ends. But like I said, this is the only one. You can do like Monique did, weave in your ends as you go. Whatever method you need to get those ends woven in. Because this one is a really fun one. And if you did a blanket with this, you could just do a fringe. You could do a fringe on the sides. You could make it intentional. Or you could do the envelope border. I don't know if that's worth it for just 2 sides. Like you're just trying to get rid of yarn on 2 sides. So I don't know if it's worth it to do that. YouTube does do that. I'm glad that you got it fixed. Maybe I subconsciously got it from you because I was struggling so bad to find a natural position. Oh, when you were first starting? Oh, that's so funny. My TV goes mute on its own, only with YouTube. Oh, interesting. Yeah, when I connect my phone to the TV and watch YouTube, it does that. It'll just mute itself. The volume will just like completely go away. Okay. And then I'll just go back for these ones because I know that those are already kind of woven in. Are there any questions and anything else I can show for this square? I edited the gauge on the blog, so that should be right. I don't know how I made that mistake there, but it is what it is. Pattern writing, man. Let me tell y'all, I have never written a pattern to this caliber. No, I've never written a pattern to this caliber. And I have to say that I have a lot of respect, a lot more than I even had before, a lot more respect to designers and pattern makers, because this is like, I just, it's fun, and I'm learning a ton. I'm learning a ton. But holy cow. Holy cow. It's like, it's wild. Brianna, next time do a tester call and give people 6 days to finish. Oh my gosh. That is funny. And on day 5, I'll tell them, like, I actually need you guys to be finished right now so that I can post pictures and release my pattern. I don't know why I'm measuring it. It's perfect. It came out so perfectly. It's the perfectionist in me. This one is woven in. This one, I think, let me weave in these ones. 1 square to work on and complete. First square to work on and complete during the live. Oh, I love that, Michelle. Yay! This one's a quick one. This one's very fast. I think like that's like the saving grace of this square. At least it's like super, super fast. That's so awesome, Michelle. Or you owe me the price of the pattern. Yeah. Oh, so funny. So funny. But yeah, I have, and for blanket writing, because I figured like garments already its own world that I could not imagine. But like, I didn't think that blanket pattern writing would be easy per se. I thought it would be more straightforward. And I have learned a whole lot. I've already started planning out next year's blanket, which I'm really excited about, and already like adjusted some things, like made notes of some things that I would change about like how I did this year's cal and stuff like that. So I'm already like super excited for next year's cal. And tell y'all, I'm already like very excited for it. All right, this one's woven in. I remember this one on the block. Probably not. Oh, it's relaxed. Oh, nice. It's like perfect. Oh yeah, it's like great. This one, and then I have 3 in the living room. I can't wait to put this one together. Tammy, does creating this pattern give you the courage to make more patterns? It definitely makes me want to learn how to be a better pattern writer first, and then like streamline my pattern writing process, because like I said, like this is the first like pattern that I think I've ever written. Not think, but that I have. Because I have a pattern for a heart square that I released last year for Valentine's Day. And like I want to redo that. And then the pattern for the key holder they gave out during SoCal Fiber Fair last year. And like that one was fine, but that one was like super easy, straightforward. That one was very, very simple. I want to do patterns for more like little things. And I would actually just like, I would love to write patterns that really focus on like adding to your skill as a crocheter, not just making something. So I love the stitch sampler style. I like the variation of not variation, but like not doing the typical seaming, as well as like testing out a different border, like not doing just a regular like single crochet border. So it would be focused on like adding to your arsenal as a crocheter, not just crocheting. So I feel like I want to focus on that, because even with the key ring, there's some like back loop and front loop techniques for like seaming it that I played with in order to get the perfect seam around the key ring. And like that's something that would like be added to your crochet toolkit. So like and then even for the heart square, um stitch heights, like learning the height stitch, like the stitch height difference, and how doing certain stitches in a certain sequence can give you a certain shape, like stuff like that. So I feel like that's like a long answer, but that's what I'm most interested in, is creating patterns that will add to your skill set as a crocheter, not just another pattern out in the like crochet pattern ether. Does that make sense? That was like so long. That answer was so long. Brianna, we'll talk. I gotta find these. I can't wait to show you guys. I ordered something. I don't know when it's gonna get here. But I ordered something that I'm very excited about. And I think I told this to YouTube members. I really need to finish my blankets. I have so many blankets that I really need to get done before I move on to other things. But I'm hoping to get a lot of crocheting done this weekend. I should be able to get a lot of crocheting done. For the rest of the day, I have like the rest of the day off and the rest of Saturday off. What is everybody else's plans besides like staying safe inside, warm? Don't go outside. Tina, you posted a picture on Yarn Over Hook. I pick up a stitch and start on the wrong side. Right and wrong sides will be wrong, but the child is. Oh, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Tina. Margaret, how you hold your yarn. Oh, whoa. Yeah, you have like a whole network. I start where the thread is. Oh. No, your square is fine, Tina. You just turn it over. Just turn it over and do the right side of the double crochet stitches. That's fine. What it is just it's like not even like a big deal. Just make sure that you do your edge on that side. Like turn your square over so that you have the pretty side of the double crochet and do your edge on that side. It's perfectly fine the way you did it. You can do the block stitch. So this is like perfect. You can do the block stitch. I think I've counted in 4, 5, 6 different combinations. I think it's 6 different combinations. And the right side, wrong side, you could end up with all the stitches are right side facing up. You can end up with it alternating so that the single crochet row is the wrong side facing up with the right side of the double crochet up. So that's 3. You could start with double crochet row as opposed to starting with the single crochet chain row. And then do the same kind of sequence. So then you can do the same thing. You can have either both the stitches up or both stitches down. What you could do is just crochet going the same direction every single time without actually turning your square. There's so many ways that you could do the block stitch, and you just did one of the variations, Tina. So I would just turn it over so that your double crochet is up when you're doing your edge. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Just make sure that the right side of your double crochets are up when you're doing your trim. I mean, but you're not wrong. Like it's fine. But like if you want it to look like the right side up, just turn it over. You're perfectly fine. I'm glad that you pointed that out. Callie, your plan is to crochet and stay inside. Vienna, I'm kind of freestyling the back of my sweater because I want it open so that and I need to find something to watch for the weekend. Kathleen, we aren't even forecast to have a storm here. My weekend plans are to stay in and crochet. Tina, thank you. Of course. Yeah, no, your score is fine. Your score is fine. And if you want to message me pictures before you start your trim to be sure that it's on the right side, you can totally do that. Like, feel free. Feel free to message me. I think you're about to start it anyway, right? Because you're doing the small blanket. So you should be flying through that square. Sharon, my last knitting project for a while, a jumper for my grandson. Cutie. I love it. Love. Kelly, I'm going to keep working on this blanket. I can't wait to see it done. I can't wait to see it done. All right, friends. So that was the block stitch. Gosh, it's so fun. You know the sweater that Alexis wore one day and it was like pink and cream? It was like a bunch of pinks. This is that same stitch. There are a lot of sweaters with the stitch to it and they look so cozy. So cozy. So if you like this stitch, I highly recommend looking up patterns with this stitch because it crochets up very, very quickly. And it's just a fun stitch. It's nice and airy while still giving you coverage. It's a fun one. It's definitely a fun one. I want to do like a vest with this stitch. I would love to do a vest with this stitch. It's in the 80s today, but on Monday night, the temp is going to drop 50 degrees into the 30s. Wow. Currently 29 here. Oh my gosh. I made a hat with that stitch. Did you? Yeah, it's a fun one. It's a fun one. I love it. It looks so like classy. It's just a classy stitch. So fun. So next week, or not next week, yeah, next week, today's Saturday. Next week, we're going to do the cluster V. This one is a nice one because it's also very quick. It's done like the V stitch, except with clusters. This one is super fast. Really fun stitch. Really fun stitch. I can't wait to do this one with y'all. So you will need color B for this one. B? Yes, why am I afraid to say B? Yeah, whatever you assign to your second color in the moss stitch. No, C. There we go. I knew it. This one's color C. You'll need color C for this one. And then we're actually done working with color A. So your main color. We're done working with that in like stitches. So if you have granny squares that you need to do, go ahead and keep doing those granny squares. I know, oh my gosh. C. Color C. I keep second guessing myself and I want to call it B and it's not B. I love this rust color. This is such a pretty color. It doesn't seem to work up too bulky for a sweater either. No, it's not too bulky. It's not too bulky at all. It's so nice. So nice. 34 rows of this blanket done. 53 to go, Nidiad. Wow. Reckon I can get this done by March, guys? I think so. When did you start it? When did you start? Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed the live today, please hit that like button. If you are not yet a member of Yarn Over Hook, we would love to have you. We would love to see what you are making. You can join following that link that Nightbot just posted. It is free, fun, This community is just absolutely amazing. So thank you guys. I really can't express how much I appreciate y'all. The next live will be Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. We'll work on square number 6, V cluster, with color C. Goodness gracious. With color C. And then we'll be like, we're over that middle hump there. Then there's only 5 squares after that. I can't believe it. We are flying through this. Don't forget to like this video, please. Thank you, Kelly. Last week or the week before, I think? I don't know. Oh, then you'll totally get it done by March. Absolutely. You still have like a whole week of January left and then all of February. You totally got this, Nidiad. Post pictures. Post pictures on Yarn Over Hook for accountability. We'll be your accountability buddies. Can't believe we have over 1,000 people on this site. I need to see our furry friends. Brianna's like, cool, yeah, crochet, but post your fur friends. You guys are so funny. You guys are so funny. Definitely check out the latest video. Let me get that linked for y'all. All about Joyful Projects 2026. Give us some love, a like, a comment, a hype. Mags actually found out that you can't hype from the computer. You only hype from your phone. So that's where the hype is hiding. I think because it's a new feature, like, it's just not fleshed out very well. I'm not talking about you, YouTube. We love you, YouTube. But it's on the phone. So if you have a hype or two that you would like to throw my way, I'd really appreciate it. And there's the link for that. Joyful Projects 2026. What are some joyful projects that we've started, friends, before we go? You guys already know mine. My popcorn, my Roll With It blanket, my Hexicardi. Those have been joyful projects that I have started this year. What are some joyful projects that we've started this year? I tried to save all my hypes for Yarn Over Hook. I think it's only 3. Thank you, Brianna. I appreciate that. And then you can hype the lives after they're up, I believe. I have no idea. But whatever you want to hype. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Get some crochet on that letterboard. Or leaderboard. I don't know how to pronounce that. I've only got my New Year New blanket and a wrap for my sis. Are they bringing you joy, Jenny? Tammy, you forgot to mention the weave-in special. You promised everyone just weaving in ends. Thanks, Roman. Roman definitely saved all of his weave-in jokes for this episode. Sharon, you're on your 4th wearable since the 1st of January. Wow. That's incredible, Sharon. I'm loving it. Joyful Projects 2026. The cupcake skirt and my V-Day sweater because I'm using nice yarn I've been saving, but I don't know what till now. I don't know what till now. Yes, use the fancy yarn. Use it, guys. Use the nice yarn. Use the nice yarn. Joyful Projects 2026. Mine is currently this blanket so far. Yay! Oh, and my niece's ear warmer. Yay, friends! I want to start on more random acts of crochet kindness. I did about 200 last year. Mags, that's incredible. What kind? What acts did you act upon? What were they? Oh my goodness, that's incredible. That's incredible. Buy the pattern, use the yarn, buy the pattern, use the yarn. That's what we should do. That's what we should go around like a fake protest. All crocheted, of course, with Alexis's whimsy. Buy the pattern, use the yarn, buy the pattern, use the yarn. Buy the pattern, use the yarn. I should make like little signs. Buy the pattern, use the yarn, buy the pattern, use the yarn. Mostly little crochet creatures and some hats and stuff. They get left out randomly for people to find. Mags, I love that. Oh my gosh, can you document it? Do you usually document it or no? In the Michael's parking lot. Kathleen, you do too. Friends, can you guys post pictures? Like when you place it, like post the picture on Yarn Over Hook. Only if you guys want to. Because I know that kind of exposes your neighborhood or your town, but I want to see these things you guys are leaving. That is so funny. And when we're in the Michael's parking lot, we'll have to put like, stitch and sew, stitch and sew. Like crocheters are here, we're loud. And what is it? Crocheters are here. We'll have to figure out something. Are here. And we stitch with cheer. That sounds kind of fun. That's not like mean. Crocheters are here, we stitch with cheer. Crocheters are here, we stitch with cheer. Buy the pattern, use the yarn. It's like, what are they protesting? People go like, what are they protesting? Oh, it's so funny. That would be so funny. This is better than the rubber duckies for the Jeeps. I mean, this is like super cute. I love it, guys. I have pictures for the stuff I made, but a friend leaves them out for me. That is so fun, Mags. So you don't know where they're being placed. A friend places them for you. That is so cool. We stitch with cheer. All right, friends. Thank you all so much for hanging out today. Thank you so much to our top participators. I need to figure out, because I don't like fans. That like, I feel like that makes it like me and then y'all when it's not. It's us. It's Yarn Over Hook. Like even like, I would never like call you, ugh. Like even when it feels weird thinking about it. Like I never call you guys chat. Like hi chat. No. So I want to find another word for that. Not top fans. Top chatters? Yeah, maybe. Monique, thank you so much. Jenny, thank you so much. Brianna, thank you so much. And for the super chats, Nidhi add, welcome to the Stitch Squad. I think you've been here for a bit, but this is our banner. So welcome. This is your official banner. Thank you so much, Monique, for the dono. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for your participation in the chat. Can we believe this, chat? Oh, see, that's what, can you believe? It just doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. Oh, that's so fun, Mags. You do have a whole operation. That is so cool. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe from the storm and see you Tuesday. You guys stay safe. Stay warm. Stay warm and don't overuse your stuff in your house so that you don't like blow a fuse or something. I don't know how electric works, but I know a lot of people are like, their power is going out from the storm. So do everything you can. Stay inside, crochet, post pictures. You guys are amazing. I will see you guys Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. And crochet all day, friends. Post pictures of your block square. I want to see. And don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Bye, everybody. Bye, friends. Before we go, I want to give a huge shout out to our YouTube members. Thank you so much for your support. Your membership helps us to create videos just like this one. Thank you again so much for supporting the Yarn Over Hook team, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye! Yarn Over Hook, social media for crocheters. Create, learn, and connect with other crocheters from around the world. Join for free today at yarnoverhook.com.